Won't jump off my roof yet, but I just give me some good news, Matt. For the love of God, tell me something good about the 49ers so I can get out of that twin bed this week.
Kyle Shanahan bluntly said, NFC Championship game, legitimate chance for Fred Warner to play. That's the good news. The bad news is, they're not in the NFC Championship game right now. They got 2 games to go. But if they do, Fred Warner's running out of that tunnel.
Welcome, everybody, to the Wonder Fan Show. This episode is sponsored by Wonder Fan. Great guess.
Wow. Same wavelength.
Yeah, this is the show where you can learn how to earn rewards just for being a fan, but it's also the show where you can learn facts about what is going to happen. This episode is our NFL playoff prediction show.
And we're going to go 100%.
We're going to go 100%.
We definitely don't have the same bracket whatsoever.
Not a chance. No.
We are from the future.
We are from the future. This is it. I'm sure you've seen Jack Cody's video by now where he says he's from the future.
Yep.
One of us is from the future. That's the trick. We don't reveal who it is that's from the future, but after this weekend, you will know who's from the future, and it's definitely not Evan.
Yeah. I'm so not confident in my picks.
We got a great show for you guys. Great show today. Stay tuned. After we give our predictions, we have an awesome interview with Matt Lively from CBS Sports Bay Area. You might have seen him. He's crushing 49ers coverage. He's always in the locker room. He actually knows ball, where we just sort of scratch our balls. So he was great. He actually gave some pretty free of bias takes that I asked for good news, and he gave me news. How about that? That's what he did.
News is what he gave you. All right.
He gave me news. I said, how about some good news? He reported. He did his job. He was terrific in the very bloodthirsty executioner style way for all Niners fans. He was so good. He's coming back.
Great. Great dude.
He was great dude. All right. On to the main event here. Who we think / who we know is going to win each game of the NFL playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go down the horn. And we are going to give exact times and dates because, remember, all these games are earning opportunities for you to earn rewards just for watching these games on your TV using the WonderFan app. And soon, WonderFan will be the train station for all things tickets as well. In a very short time, folks, this is an unofficial teaser that I was given orders this morning to deliver, is soon you can watch games, earn Wonder, and then redeem your Wonder, exchange your Wonder for tickets to games. Remember when it was just, dude.
And earning Wonder, by the way, is free. It's not like Amex where you have to spend money to make those points. All you have to do is take a picture of your screen or make a bet on a game, which really isn't even a bet, where you're just wagering Wonder that you already got for free.
Right.
To get real life stuff that has monetary value?
Yes.
What?
And I'll say this too. WonderFan right now is an amazing app because of all the gift cards you can get. But if you're someone that just loves sports, think about this. WonderFan will be your best friend because you wake up, you think about what games are happening, you watch the game, you take a picture of the game, you earn Wonder credit so that you can go to a game on us. And it's just rinse and repeat. Use WonderFan at home, exchange it for an opportunity to see it live. Just that becomes the new way of life. I am so excited about the wonderful new features coming to the WonderFan app. Now I'm going to do a swan dive off my roof. All right, here we go. Starting with the first game, low-key, the most uneventful game of the playoffs, Rams versus Panthers. Let's just save everybody some time. So the Panthers will move on and play. No, I'm just kidding. The Rams are 10-point favorites on the road. This is a revenge game. You know how George Kittle, Matt said it in the interview, George Kittle said, "Go Cardinals," because everyone wants to play Carolina. There are no easy games in the NFL, but every team in the playoffs is really good, and Carolina is just okay.
It's like that. It's like that meme where there's a bunch of army soldiers like about to go by that wall,
Yep.
and they're all like dressed in camo and stuff, and there's just a clown.
Yeah,
That's Carolina.
That's Carolina. So we have the Rams advancing. Both of us do. We are from the future. That's how we were able to figure that one out. We are from the future, and the future tells us that the Rams win. I'm also from the past telling you the Rams will win. The Rams will win. It's just if they can stay healthy in that game, it's a big win. Otherwise, you're still probably winning. That game is on Fox at 4:30 Eastern. You can use WonderFan to watch. Next game. This is my favorite game of the weekend, besides my own game. Green Bay, Chicago at Soldier Field.
I know where you're going with this one.
I'm actually going to McDonald's. Is that where you're going? Are you? No?
Burger King.
Burger King. Okay.
Yep.
How about this? At the same time, you say who you think is going to win, and I'll say who I think is going to win.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. Packers. We said the same thing. Perfect.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew that was coming.
This is such an easy pick for me. This is such an easy pick. Not just because the game is quite literally a pick 'em. Las Vegas thinks this is a coin flip. And when I saw that line, I started salivating. I started salivating like a bear. Ironically, because the Bears, it's their last day. Here's why. When Green Bay is as injured as they are, seemingly on death row for the final 4 games of the year, they were about to play Philly, in Philly, which is exactly where their season ended last year. Same spot, 7-2, the exact same spot. And that is probably everyone in Green Bay's worst nightmare, including LaFleur, who's thinking, Jesus Christ, I can't get out of this wild card black hole torture chamber. I might lose my job, right? Everyone is looking at this like, this sucks. This is so bad. And Philly rests the starters for reasons beyond me.
Unknown.
You forfeited an opportunity to have 2 home games. Okay. And now Green Bay was given a gift of having a rock fight with their neighbor. Do you know how excited the Packers are to not play Philly in Philly and just go to Chicago, a place they literally own? Like, the Bears pay the Packers rent for this game.
The line's moved a little bit, too. Packers are now 1.5-point favorites.
It's an easy call for me because I looked on Bears Twitter. They're already thinking about the Philly matchup. They're already thinking
they can't look ahead.
No, and I love that. I love that for them. I am so happy that they're already like plotting out their weekends. Like I think like I have a buddy of mine who's like, yeah, we're gonna actually go use our lake house for this because we'll go to the next game. And I'm like, you do that. Enjoy the
So silly.
Enjoy the barbecue at the lake house, where they probably don't have a service to watch the game, to watch the Bears. They're missing the funeral. So good. Yeah, this is easy call for me. And not just because I have an absolutely hilarious hatred against the Bears, but like this is totally the type of game where Jordan Love has 300 yards throwing to receivers you've never heard of off his back foot, throwing literally the most beautiful football. Second to Aaron Rodgers, another owner of the Chicago Bears. Like, I can see Jordan Love going apeshit in this game just because of what an awesome opportunity he gets to play playoff football against a team he knows so friggin' well. Not to mention, Ben Johnson said, I can't wait to play Matt LaFleur and beat him twice a year. Like, what are you doing? You can't do that. You can't do that at all.
He gave him fuel. However, the Bears look good. The Bears look good. And if it's going to be a shootout, the Bears will play in a shootout.
I think the Bears' only chance is if they go down double digits in the fourth quarter and then somebody on the Packers staff, player or coach, dies.
Yeah.
And they have to stop the game, and that changes the oxygen around the stadium. So they need a couple things to happen. They need to be going in losing, because if the Bears are winning, I've noticed that the Bears don't do well with a lead. The Bears are not good with the lead. The Bears are really good from behind, which is such a skill. I mean, that is a great, I'm not going to, no bits. Seriously, that is awesome. The fact that you are disgusting when you are coming from behind, that is terrifying. I don't know if they can come back from, I guess, 20 or 30, which is where I see this game going. I mean, I see the Packers just.
Whoa.
Yeah, I see the to me, this is Cowboys Packers from 2 years ago. This is a trouncing waiting to happen.
All right, I think the Bears are hot. The Niners game showed me a lot. They are a good and a competent team, and if they want to put up points and they're playing that type of game with the other team, they'll do it. So cool. I got the Bears in this one.
Evan gets to eat for free in Chicago. I get to eat for free in Green Bay. We'll see how that works out in 2 weeks.
A lot of cheese for you.
Yep, a lot of cheese. That's good for the weight. Yeah, I'm all over that. Okay, that's Saturday night, 8 Eastern on Amazon. Again, you can use WonderFan, earn rewards for watching that. That's also the first of the 4 games that WonderFan is giving away tickets for. So the next 3 games are also eligible. If you win our ticket raffle, you can go to any of these 4 games. This first game on Sunday, my God. What do we even do? Bills, Jaguars. I mean, this is one of those games where if you are betting and you have a bracket and you have futures, you could be totally done.
Yep.
Sunday morning. Goodbye.
Yep.
Rip up the bracket.
Yep. This game is big, but it's probably the best game of the first round.
Probably. Yeah. I think it's definitely the most colorful because anything with Josh Allen, I mean, America's frothing, but Josh Allen, you think this is an underdog, Josh Allen? The Bills are 1-point favorites on the road.
Jacksonville doesn't really have a home field advantage. There's 7 people in the stadium.
Right. So I guess it doesn't matter where you play Jacksonville. We still don't have a goddamn clue anything about this team.
That's what's terrifying. That is what is terrifying about this.
Okay. You want to go at the same time? 3, 2, 1. Say who we think. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Jags. All right.
Wow. Okay.
I want the Bills to win. Truly.
Jags.
In my heart of hearts, my heart tells me it's Bills.
Yep.
My brain tells me it's Jags.
I think it's funny. My brain tells me buy one get one free at Chipotle in 3 hours, and then my heart tells me don't eat that Chipotle. You've had Chipotle 4 times this week. That's where your brain and heart are saying different things. I wish mine were more organized like that.
Yeah.
The reason I'm going Bills here is because I think as good as a season it was in Jacksonville, still I have no idea about this Jacksonville team. We could be dead wrong. I think as good of a season as it was, there were a few games I was looking at Jacksonville, the Rams, the Seahawks, where it's like, dude, there's a blueprint of how to completely swallow up Jacksonville. Jacksonville came into San Francisco and dominated. There's a part of me that thinks they were pretty injured. Like the Niners, Purdy wasn't really healthy. They brought him back too early, and he was throwing some ducks, some beautiful mallards all game, and you kind of gifted Jacksonville that game. But, watching that game, I never was thinking we were out of it because Jacksonville, they can just be so anemic. As explosive as they have been, they were beating up on dog shit teams until Denver, right? You right? I mean, they killed Denver.
Josh Allen wills games into existence.
Right.
That is his specialty, and the fact that the Jags are just so impossible to comprehend, that's what worries me. It worries me because I don't understand them, what we've been saying for weeks now.
I guess we were able. I mean, I was able to predict that Bills Patriots game to a T. Like as soon as the Patriots were up and Josh Allen scored, it's like, oh no, they're going to come back and win this
He's
game.
coming back.
Yeah. You're saying if the Jags go up on the Bills, there might not be a comeback just because we can't predict.
I don't know. I really don't know. It's just like it's a heart versus brain thing.
Right.
Brain is telling me because we don't understand the Jags, because the Bills are the way the Bills are. It's Jags for me.
I'm going to say this about Jacksonville. You could take this motivation any direction you want. You can say the same thing about the Bills. The Jaguars, I'm looking at them. This is year one. I know they've had Trevor Lawrence for a few years now, and they've been in the playoffs. But this coach, this core, this vibe, Duval, ? This is year one for the Jags, and the future looks bright because you can just build on this. They're getting a new stadium. They're finally, like, winning games, not, like, embarrassingly, like survived drowning in the AFC South, like dominating that conference. And it was a great conference this year. The Bills have a 1, maybe 2 year window. And we are in the final 2 years before all these guys, it turns back into that rock fight. And I'm talking about no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar. This is your shot. You have this year. And I don't even know about next year because Burrow could be on a new team or a revamped Cincy team. Maybe Mahomes comes back early. Maybe Lamar figures it out. This is probably it. This is probably Josh Allen's last chance to have an undaunted path to the Super Bowl. And I think he knows that. I think everybody in Buffalo knows that. I bet you this stadium is blue and red.
Yeah.
It's going to be screaming defense when the Jags are on offense. Everybody knows the severity of the situation. And if you beat Jacksonville, that's probably the toughest opponent you face in the AFC. Kind of like the Niners versus the Eagles. I think your first opponent is the toughest. I'm going Buffalo. You beat Jacksonville, they're going far. That's mine.
This is probably my biggest toss-up game that I'm so conflicted on.
Yeah.
Is the Jags D. Again, don't understand. Really
Don't
good.
understand. Yeah.
Really good. Pause. The Bills just like, who is he throwing to? You know? If we're locking down James Cook.
Right? Doesn't it not matter? Because if they're open, they're getting the ball. And he's putting it in these unbelievably tight windows.
40-year-old Brandon Cooks.
Well, I mean, every time I want to believe like who's he throwing to, I'm watching him run as fast as he can to his right, throw a 60-yard bomb to somebody who's wide open. I think defenses like cannot guard any receiver, no matter the age, skill level, for longer than like 10 seconds. It's impossible. And Josh Allen, you can't bring him down. And I think the one team that probably has the Bills' number is Houston, and they're not playing them. That's the one team where it's like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't think any team has Houston's pass rush. And I think Josh Allen is going to do whatever he wants. Seriously.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm reluctantly sticking with my pick.
I'm breaking tables this weekend. I'm surprised you're not. But anyways,
I wish I was.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, too late. That game is Sunday, 1 Eastern. That's on CBS. So that's my boy Jim Nance and Tony Romo. So Jim, Josh Allen, Jim, he's looking Mahomey, Jim. I mean, well, actually Mahomey's looking like Josh Allen. He's looking Allen-y, Jim. Yep. Watch out, Jim. I'm gonna soak my pants, Jim. Trousers are soaked, Jim. Yep. Can't wait for that. Next game. Here we go.
Oh
right.
Boy.
4:30 Eastern on Fox. I think that's Brady. Yeah, that's Brady and KB calling this game. Niners, Eagles. Niners are 12-5. Eagles are 11-6. I'm just going to list facts about both of these teams so we can just stall what I actually think is going to happen. 49ers mascot is based off of a mining operation in the 1800s when settlers were going from the East Coast to the West Coast because of gold. And that's actually what started, the great migration west, the gold rush, the idea that you could have a future on the West Coast, which we don't seem to have at the moment. I'm really, really uncomfortable. I'll tell you this. If Bears fans, you'll get a kick out of this. All season, I doubted the Bears, and then I watched the Niners play the Bears, and I looked at that Bears team as pretty much the only team that really made me nervous, because the Rams, Seahawks, Niners trade wins with them every year. It seems like you beat us, we beat you. I don't think the Niners can beat the Bears twice. And when I saw that there was a real possibility we were playing in Chicago, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to eat my words. I'm gonna have to eat. I'm fucked. Everyone, I'm gonna be a laughing stock, and my team's out. It's justice. It's deserved. And then the Bears were throwing the game. To try to, it looked like they were throwing the game to play the Niners. I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. We're going to play Chicago. I'm going to look like the biggest idiot. I didn't even bother to check the Eagles game because I just assumed that all the starters were playing. Nobody played for the Eagles.
Nope.
Nobody played. So now I'm wondering, okay, so I guess maybe they have a really good second unit. I guess they feel confident enough in the second unit. The second unit was ass. Horrible. You're playing the Washington, aside from a few receivers like Debo and McLaurin, playing the Washington second unit. And now I'm thinking, okay, so why did you do that? Because you forfeited an opportunity to have 2 home games. If you beat the Commanders and you just hope the Lions do their job, you play at home, and if you win, you play at home, you have the 2 seed. Well, they lost. And looking back on it, that was really stupid. How they lost, why they lost. And now I'm thinking to myself, this is a stupid organization. And I remember, oh my God, Nick Sirianni's the coach, not Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is an offensive wizard, which terrifies me. Sirianni is not. He's more of a jester, if we're still talking cosplay and castles. I'm not really afraid of Philly. I'm afraid of sudden death in Philly. You lose, you're done. And it's not what I thought we were going to get. 2 weeks ago, I thought we were getting the 1 seed. I also thought we were going to Carolina. I'm not looking forward to this game because of how imminent the stakes are, but I'm not afraid of Philly at all. I'm not. I'm just hurt and wounded, but I'm not afraid.
You're afraid.
I'm unsure. We said it. We said it already. I'm unsure.
So who you got?
Well, so as I was saying, so people moved west to mine. I got the Niners. I'm not. What am I doing? I'm not gonna say here and say the Eagles and Sirianni and all these guys are anything more than what the Niners have. The Niners have a chip on their shoulder. They got embarrassed here. Purdy got hurt. His elbow exploded here in Philly 2 or 3 years ago and disrupted what could have been an amazing Super Bowl run even with Purdy's first year. That was arguably one of the best teams we've ever had. We're far from that team, but so is Philly. Philly sucks. Their offense is anemic. They you have to expect with any Philadelphia Eagles game, you're going to get 2 or 3 quarters of pure horseshit. And, yeah, they have all these weapons that they spend $1 trillion on. But, dude, Jalen Hurts, he'll find new and interesting ways of turning the ball over. He's rewriting his own script of how can I give this ball to the other team? What if this week I punt it to them on first down? Because he already did the interception, fumble the fumble. He already did that.
Right.
Dude, I'm not scared of Philly. And now that I think about it, Bears fans who wanted to play the Niners are now terrified of a game against the Packers. Well, most fans are thinking they're going to win, but the real fans who've been here for 20 years are uh-oh, especially the ones that are looking at the lines and stuff. This is a total flip. If it was Bears-Niners, I'd be terrified. If it's Niners-Eagles, dude, I I like it. I like it, and I'm sure I like it. I don't know who's gonna win. I mean, I think the Niners will win. Not and Philly's 4.5-point favorites, but like that's such a weird line. Of course, I'm gonna hammer the Niners. Like, I mean, that's so many points. Philly can't score.
Philly can't score, but you
Niners
guys last week couldn't score either.
Yeah, but I don't think it gets any tougher than Seattle. And I think what a great opportunity to go from Seattle to Philly. It's like, okay, we'll lick our wounds. We just played the best defense. Now we're going to go to Philly. It's a different defense. It's still good, but I think you're more positioned. You can't go from Seattle to the Bears because what if the Bears throw new tricks at you? So you're still learning from last time. I don't think there's any surprises Philly can throw our way. I don't. I think Niners got this game. I feel good.
I think the Eagles win this one, unfortunately.
Okay.
I want the Niners to win.
This was fun while it lasted.
If there's one thing that I've learned with the NFL is when you think something's going to happen logically, like Jalen Hurts throwing for 0 passing yards against the Bills 2 weeks ago, and you're thinking, okay, the Eagles are horrible. They do suck. Like, there's no way that they beat the Niners, even though they're favorites. That's what they want you to think. And they want you to take that 4.5. And they want you to think that the Niners are going to get the upset. But they're not. And the Eagles win this one.
Okay, so that's triple reverse psychology, right?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
You doing what they think they want you to think, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was.
We'll run with that.
Yeah. So I got the Niners. You got Philly, but I know you don't want Philly to win. I just think you think Philly will win. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So we're allies. We're allies emotionally, but
We are.
your brain's telling you Philly. My brain's telling me pizza. We're on to the Sunday night game. Chargers, New England. Do you know where I'm going with this game?
I don't know where you're going, but the fact that you say that makes me think you're going for the upset.
Or am I making you think that I'm going for the upsets just so I
There you
can
go.
rug pull you?
There you go.
Triple, quadruple reverse psychology. I'm going the Jets in this game. Oh, you didn't think I was going to say that?
No, certainly not.
No. Okay. This game is actually one of my favorite games here because it maps out the AFC pretty perfectly, in my opinion. So I watched the Chargers play live twice this year. Both times were primetime games. And what I noticed when the Chargers are on primetime, when there's these standalone games, they really do have like this Jim Harbaugh national championship sort of mentality, right? They really do live up to these occasions. And I'm kind of glad that the Chargers are in this spot because if they were just playing some, 10 a.m. bullshit game in the playoffs, they're all standalone games, but America is watching. You got Collinsworth on the call. You're in cold Foxborough. This is exactly the type of game Harbaugh is just like, boys, we have the luckiest jobs in the world. We get to wake up. We get to play football tonight. And quite frankly, I think he'll have his team inspired and fired up. The O-line is terrible. The O-line's awful, but New England doesn't have like an outstanding pass rush, right? This isn't going against Houston where it's like they're going to eat all day. This is just like New England's just good on all cylinders. They're just a good team all around. And I think the Chargers defense is actually sneaky great. And those Drake made deep balls that literally makes you feel like all of pop culture in a needle just gets jabbed in your neck. It's like the greatest feeling ever watching Drake May throw a deep ball. It's not going to be enough. Give me a Chargers upset. Who's got it better than us? Nobody.
Wow. I don't think the Chargers stand a chance. I think that offensive line is absolute dog shit.
It's piss water. It's piss water, man.
The 1-2 punch that we're seeing out of Travion Henderson, who runs at, I think, 100 miles an hour, and Ramondre Stevenson, and also Hunter Henry and Stephon Diggs. Like, the surrounding cast around Drake May, I think it's too much to overcome for the Chargers.
It did get sneaky stacked, didn't it? We looked at this Patriots team like, who do they have? And now it's like, oh, I guess they have a really, really good offense, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Travion Henderson, that guy coming out of the woodworks. He runs
great.
So fast.
Yeah.
So
well,
fast.
he's a Georgia guy, right? And so he runs about as fast as all their players drive. So he's got experience moving quick.
That's right.
I do think one thing we have to take into account is Herbert has been in the playoffs a lot, and he's lost a lot of playoff games. He's never won a playoff game.
He's if man. He is if man through and through.
Drake May is the future. No one's saying Drake May sucks. Drake May is here to stay. But I've seen Vrabel have these games as a coach. I've seen him have like a home game, a 1 seed, a bye. I've also seen him knock some people out. But I guess my point is, like, I don't feel good either way about this pick, like, because of course the Patriots win by a touchdown or less, and they come, it's whatever. I just think like Drake May he's gonna be here for a long time. I don't think it's happening this week. I think this is his welcome to the NFL moment. You had a great year against pretty terrible schedule, like terrible as in like easy as it gets. Like they didn't play anybody.
Agree.
They lost to the Raiders. I know it's week 1 and you clean things up throughout the year. You learn and grow using the power of friendship. You get better, but dude, they haven't played anybody, and the Chargers beat some really good teams. And they played with some really good teams, and they lost with grace. Their one yucky game, they got blown out in Jacksonville. That was, well, we'll chalk it off as a good loss because Jacksonville's really good.
They have beaten good teams, but they've also gotten beaten by good teams.
That's true.
I think the Pats will pull this one off. I think the Pats will pull this one off. Truly.
Okay. So that game, Sunday Night Football, use WonderFan. You can earn rewards for watching it. With me saying the Chargers winning, that actually turns my bracket into a very different bracket than your bracket because of all the low seeds.
Yep.
But I think we can get on the same page for this game on Monday night, 5 o'clock, ESPN, ABC. Say who you think's going to win. 1, 2, 3.
Texans.
Steelers.
Come on. No fucking way.
Did we agree on anything there?
The Rams.
The Rams. Okay. So the reason I think the Steelers are going to win actually has nothing to do with any of our bits. I know we've talked about this all year, that the Steelers are a first-round exit. I think Aaron Rodgers is just enough to lift them past the prophecy. And I think we actually get a pretty exciting television match next week after this with Steelers-Bills.
I just think the Texans' defense is a hell of a lot different than the Ravens' defense.
Is it, though? I think the insanity run is over. Look at the past 2 games the Texans played. You ready for this? You ready for this defensive supremacy? The Texans last week against Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard put up 30 points and 350 total yards. The Colts outgained the Texans by almost 20 yards. The Colts threw all over them, ran all over them. Colts had 19 first downs, fake punts. Texans were trying. Colts were playing free and fun. I mean, Texans had no sacks, no lost yards, no fumbles. They got 1 interception because Riley Leonard just finally showed that he's a rookie. That sucked. In a must-win game at home, you are in a shootout. Not to mention, the week before, a little bit better showing, right? Chargers almost came back, kept it close. The defensive supremacy kind of looked a little weak there. There were definitely holes in the ship. Week before that, you almost lost to the Raiders. Geno Smith is playing for nothing other than just a ride home.
But they keep up. They're winning these games. That's all that matters.
I know, but
like
these
we
aren't
made this
good
excuse for the
teams.
Broncos for weeks.
No, but these aren't good teams, and the Broncos are like the Texans looked pretty bad
the
against
Chargers aren't aren't a good team.
No, Chargers. I'm talking about the Raiders and the Colts. The Chargers win was a big win. You know, Merry Christmas, whatever. That was a Christmas Day game,
Against
or was
the
it-
Chargers.
Yeah, it was the Saturday after Christmas. Yeah, whatever. Merry Christmas. You know, big win. Stroud had those 2 deep bombs in the first quarter, and then they didn't do a goddamn thing since. So, you know, Texans are whatever you want to call them on offense, like okay at best, some great for 5 minutes, and amazing on defense until they're not. I
If
think
the offense can
Steelers-
keep the defense off the field for long enough, that'll be the ticket to this game.
Steelers are getting DK Metcalf back.
Correct.
So you got your guy, you got your fade route. You also have a little bit of power of friendship, right? Rodgers retiring. You might get a few calls here and there. Rodgers loves baiting the PI, and I don't think Stroud is that guy yet to get those into his advantage. I also think Tomlin, this might be the only matchup that Tomlin might have a coaching advantage for the rest of the playoffs because D'Amico Ryans is still new to this. I think Tomlin probably loses to the other guys because, well, they've been doing it just as long as he has, and it just comes down to who you have. Dude, I think the Steelers win on Monday night, and
All right.
I think it's pretty beautiful too.
All right. A lot of upsets for you here.
I know, a lot of upsets. Yeah, this bracket could be in the shredder by Sunday afternoon.
Every game but one, you picked an upset.
Is that right?
Or no,
Yeah.
actually, but 2. So technically, the Packers are favorites.
Right. Okay. So
And the
all
Bills
right,
as
so
well. The Bills are favorites too.
I picked a seeding. Yeah, so seeding upsets, but
Seeding
that just
upsets.
goes to show NFL's flawed in their seedings. That
Yeah.
needs to change. There's like the Niners are 12-5 going to Philly, who's 11-6. I know you win your division, but you get the luck of the draw geographically speaking because you play the same shitty teams 6 times a year. Like, give me a break. Don't even get me started on that. NFC West has 3 Super Bowl contenders in one division, and they're all separated by 1 game record-wise.
Yeah.
And yet on the seeds, they're all over the place. You got a 1, a 5, a 6. It's just, no. Those are the 3 best teams in the NFC, and the seeding fucked them.
All right.
That's neither here nor there. So now we move on to the second round. So, of course, because I have so many upsets, as you say, even though Vegas calls them favorites, it looks like this. I got Seattle versus Green Bay. That's a 1 versus 7. And I got Niners versus Rams. That's my NFC. So think about that. So Seattle versus Green Bay, Niners, Rams. Seattle beats Green Bay because I think that's a game where Green Bay has just enough to beat Chicago or kill them, whatever it is. But I do think the injuries catch up to them. And Seattle's been rested. You go to Seattle, it's hard as hell to play there. Darnold might see ghost. Maybe Darnold has been seeing ghost. Hasn't been that good in the past 3 weeks, except for the Rams game. He was amazing, but other than that game, he hasn't been that good. He's been just okay. Defense has been great. I think it's enough. Niners, Rams. You heard Matt Lively. Hardest game in all of playoffs is versus Philly, right? And that's because you're coming off of that loss. You don't know how the locker room's shaping up. You don't know if Philly still has that, the massive hand on your head. You're still our little kid. If you get past Philly, you have a pseudo home game in Los Angeles against the Rams at SoFi Stadium, Levi South. I know technically last time we played them without Fred Warner, Matt Stafford did dice us up, but that was a Mac Jones game. No Purdy. McCaffrey loves playing in LA. It's going to be a red stadium. I'll fucking be there. Probably. Give me the Niners beating the Rams. Yep.
Okay. I felt that one coming from a mile away.
What are you talking about? Is he being surprised? Of course I'm going to say that.
I got you probably going all the way now, too. They're probably going to win the Super Bowl at this point for you.
I'm not telling you that.
Yeah, well, I'm from the future. I'm predicting it.
Oh, okay. So,
All right, AFC.
who do you have on your NFC side?
NFC side. So I'll have the. Did I do this seating right? Yeah, we'll have the Seahawks Rams playing in round
Seahawks
two.
Rams.
Playing in
Okay.
round two. Seahawks pull that one out.
Any
Seahawks.
analysis? Just cause?
I'm from the future. I'm telling you exactly what's happening.
Oh, okay. No
Listen,
analysis.
they split the games. They split the games this season. I know I know the Rams are really, 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 really good, but the Seahawks, they're showing us what team they are. Like, it's all dependent on whether Sam Darnold sees ghosts and turns into a pumpkin or not. If he plays like the way he's been playing, they're going to go far.
So you're saying this game there's no pumpkin.
There can't be a pumpkin if I have him winning.
You're from the future.
I'm from the yes. There's no pumpkin in this game. There's no ghost. There's no pumpkin. I see the Seahawks winning this one. Their defense is disgusting. Their offense is disgusting. Everything about them is disgusting. The Rams are really good. The Rams are a really good football team. However, the Seahawks are a better football team.
He's from the future. All right. You got Seahawks, Rams, and Seahawks winning. What about, I'm assuming, Bears, Eagles?
Bears,
What
Eagles.
happens there? What
Going to be a
happens there?
huge, huge matchup. I think
Rematch.
Yep, correct. I think the Eagles get through round one, through, like I said, through the Niners, and they show some sort of competency in that game. And all the Eagles fans are like, yeah, oh hell yeah, we're the best. We're going to the Super Bowl now. I don't know why they're Southern. However, they're going to lose this game. The Bears shock the world. And they
Again?
move on. Yep. They shocked the world. I know.
Guys,
beating a
Emmett's
team
from the
twice is hard.
future.
Beating a team twice is hard. However, the Bears are going to win this game. And Chicago is going to it might be on fire. There's actually 0 murders that weekend. People are so ecstatic that they won.
Well, I guess one murder on the field is Philly.
Yeah. And possibly part of this analysis has to do with my disdain
hatred.
against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But that's
I think you're
that's-
letting your hatred cloud your judgment. I wonder if your thoughts are clear, Evan.
they're clear.
You do realize you going against everything you believe, knowing how hard it is to beat a team twice. Not to
I mean,
mention,
You had that same analysis.
well, the Niners haven't played Philly yet.
Not Philly, but they have played the Rams twice already.
I'm talking about okay. Somebody has to win twice, but I'm talking about 2 times in a row. Like 2 matchups, 2 wins.
It's possible. Anything is possible.
Yeah, of course it's possible. We're not doing quantum physics. I'm just saying this. You all year, you've had a few roadblocks where you're like, I don't mess with law. And law says can't beat a good team twice. You also said
I've been saying
You
that
didn't
it's a
say
lot
it in
harder
quotes.
to do so. I said
Yes.
it's a lot harder to do so.
Okay.
Ben Johnson has shown if the Bears were to have like stunk all year and not win those games, obviously 1, they probably wouldn't even be in the playoffs. But
Right.
2, that would change my opinion on a lot about them. However, they are winning these games. Like you got to give credit where credit is due. I do think their magic is going to end eventually, as I'm alluding to at the moment.
Yep.
But I think it's enough.
Okay. So you got Bears. You got Bears beating the Birds. So you have Seahawks, Bears. We'll come back to that in a second.
Yep.
On the AFC side of things, we got, for me, because the Chargers upset the Patriots,
Yep.
they have the 7 seed, lowest seed, or highest seed, whatever you want to call it, the worst seed left. So they have to fly to Mile High. We got Broncos versus Chargers. If you remember, that series is split this year. Chargers actually won the first game. So no one has a 2-0 lead because the Broncos won a somewhat meaningless game for the Chargers last game of the year. However, I think The pass rush the Broncos have is just enough to overcome the Chargers. Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos beat the Chargers in Denver.
That's a good analysis.
I think it's a pretty mediocre game from Bo Nix. It's one of those 13-9 games. Mm-hmm. It's sort of the rest versus rust, and I think Bo Nix gets a little rusty because Bo Nix is very volatile. He gets hot. But I think the Chargers cool off / get a little hurt. They're already so thin. And I think this is like Herbert finally won a playoff game. That was the accomplishment this year. But if man finally gets, I won one game. But it's not enough. So I got Denver winning that. Steelers, Bills. Talk about beating the same team twice. The only guy that it's like, no, you can beat somebody twice is Josh Allen because he's been beaten twice by Mahomes a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He knows how to win. He knows how to lose. I got Josh Allen beating the Steelers. This is in Pittsburgh, of course, but I think this is when the wheels fall off for Rodgers. Because Rodgers is still kind of playing hurt. This is where it's like, hats off to an incredible career. You're the old, but Josh Allen's the new. It's two GOATs in their own right. They shake hands at halftime, and it's like, can I get that jersey, man? And Rodgers says, no, I'm keeping this jersey. It's my last game. And that's it.
Okay. All right. So for my matchups, I now have the Texans and the Broncos.
Okay.
Broncos coming off a lot of rest, a week, 2 weeks rest, pretty much.
Yeah.
My bracket, my hopes are that the Texans defense, all of my bracket revolves around the Texas defense, pretty much. And my hopes is that they turn it back on.
Mm-hmm.
And Bo Nix, as I've been saying, is a year away and also puts up those games where he throws for 147 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Exactly.
That's what I think that game's going to be. Texans upset the Broncos.
Wow. Okay. So you're a Stroud boy this weekend. You think that CJ Stroud and the Texans D they're gonna carry you for 2 weeks?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So we'll know right away who's from the future and who's not because one of our brackets is in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Which
and then
leads
you have
to the Jags Pats.
Jags Pats. Yeah.
Again, I think the misunderstanding, I guess is the word here, not being able to understand the Jags prevails here. Pats are also good. Same thing applies to the Broncos, what I was talking about. Drake May's a year away. The Pats are a year away. Next year, the AFC Championship, Broncos Pats.
Wow. So your AFC Championship this year is just an AFC South rivalry game, just Texans Jags.
Yeah, it's going to be a barn burner. I think I'm just rooting for chaos more or less this year, to be honest.
Sure. Yeah, we talked about this, where this year, unlike any year before, any combination except one that involves the Panthers, is possible. And you could have a very gross-looking Super Bowl, probably one of those Blake Bortles graphics with Case Keenum and the other guys, right? Remember that graphics of like, ooh, this is the NFC Championship this year?
Yeah.
That's possible this year, too. So you got Texans, Jags, Seahawks, Bears.
Yep.
I have Bills, Broncos.
Yep.
Niners, Seahawks. Niners going to Seattle and beat them. And Fred Warner is playing. Fred Warner is back, and Seattle doesn't know what to do. But Sam Darnold has no idea. He's never seen a force quite like a hungry Fred Warner before. Of course, other than the times he's already played him before. But my point is, it's the moment everyone in the locker room knew was possible. You get Fred Warner back. You're here. You already beat Seattle in Seattle this year. You're not beating them twice in a row because you just lost to them. So you actually have the emotional upper hand because Seattle smoked cigars and drank booze in their locker room and apparently left a cigar unfinished. I don't know if you saw this. The Seahawks left a couple of cigars unfinished in the Niners locker room with the sole purpose of we'll finish this later
Right.
when we win the Super Bowl in the Niners locker room. I mean, the Niners have an opportunity that no other team has where you can make them eat their fucking words. You can shove that cigar right down their throat and choke them with it. The one team I want to play right now is Seattle, because I know the Niners feel like if give me another opportunity, we can beat them. The only way to get there via my bracket is the last game in the NFC. Some crazy shit can happen too, though. Like, let's say I'm wrong about the Packers-Bears, and the Niners do upset Philly. Niners go to Seahawks in the divisional because the Packers are no longer. I just think the Packers will beat the Bears, so I can't wrap my head around anybody but the Packers is who the Seahawks are playing, because I'm sold. I'm already committed. Niners beat Seahawks. Niners host the Super Bowl in Levi's, and they're playing the Bills. Bills, Niners Super Bowl. And it's great. Everything's great. We're doing media down there. I'm happy. My cheeks are rosy red. I'm rock hard walking around the facility like this is my first Radio Row with a team that I love. And the 49ers just can't figure out how to stop Josh Allen, and the Bills finally get it done and win the whole thing.
Oh, not the way I was expecting you to go with that.
I'm so sorry, boys. If it's Niners Bills, that's the one thing the Niners can't do is stop a running and passing quarterback. And you kind of saw that with Caleb Williams, and I think you're going to get a little taste of that this week with Jalen Hurts, although the best way to stop the Philadelphia Eagles is just to let them run their offense, right?
Right.
Like, oh, let me get out of your way, so you just throw it back to us.
Yeah, and then fumble.
Not Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the 49ers' worst nightmare, and the only way you get to face a guy like him, same with Trevor Lawrence for that matter, they can both run and throw with ease, but I think the Bills beat the Jags, and so yeah, that's a guy that would just tear the Niners up. We have no answer for him. We played them last year, and I know we were already kind of dead, but they killed us. And I'm worried that Super Bowl might kill us again. So that Super Bowl, Niners-Bills, the accomplishment is getting to the Super Bowl with this team, but it further establishes that Purdy, Shanahan, Lynch trust their vision. We're here to contend. Losing another Super Bowl is already hard as is. But I just want to get this out there because in 3 weeks I'll have changed my mind for sure. I'll be like, fuck it, Niners are winning the Super Bowl. But me right now, the one team it's like we can beat anybody here except the Bills, as weird as it sounds, because the Bills can lose anybody here except the Niners. It's the perfect combination. That defense can't stop a guy like Josh Allen. We have no answer. For incredibly accurate and unstoppable to tackle, we have no pass rush. He can do whatever he wants.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The NFC for me got a Bears-Seahawks matchup. Mm-hmm. Seahawks win that one. They meet the Bears magic.
Hold the plug.
Bears magic runs out.
Runs out.
Caleb does all his scrambling stuff that he always does. He's gotten so lucky getting away this season.
Yep.
Seahawks say, buddy. Not going to work here. Not going to work.
Bear back in the cage. It's bird season.
Yep.
Got it.
So the birds,
okay.
Those birds, the Seahawks, they're in the Super Bowl.
The West Coast birds, much cleaner, more oceanic than as dirty.
Salty birds.
Yeah, is dirty, grungy, sewage-covered bald eagle. There's no natural bald eagles in Philadelphia. They're all pigeons.
Yeah, pigeons. Ugh. AFC. This one.
Jags, Texans.
Coin flip. Literal coin flip. They split the series this year.
I know you're taking the Jags. You're taking the Jags.
Do I have faith? Do I have faith in the Texans? Do I have faith in the Texans to go all the way? No, I do not.
No, you do not.
I don't. The Jags are winning that game. They're beating them twice in a year because they split the series.
Correct.
Seahawks win the Super Bowl. Sam Darnold, my boy from 5 years ago, gets a ring.
Oh my God. It was all about the Jets, wasn't it?
No. What?
It was all about the Jets.
What are you talking about?
Of course, this was your plan all along to have a former Jet win the Super Bowl. Of course, I'm a fool.
Perhaps. Perhaps that has a little bit to do with it.
I mean, really, it comes down to like this guy. He was
Here's
a
a guy.
Jet, and
Who everyone thought was a bust.
it really is
Now he's a
just
Super Bowl
Patrick
champion.
Mahomes of the West Coast, Pacific Northwest. I mean, that's Sam Darnold is just Patrick Mahomes in another city.
I think seeing this graphic that I made all laid out, I think it's clear the winner of this Jags-Bills game is a Super Bowl player.
Correct. Absolutely. That's
NFC could be anybody
100% aligned with you.
other than the Bengals.
I absolutely agree. Jags, Bills, Victor, we'll see you on Super Bowl Sunday. Absolutely.
Yep.
Where we go our separate ways is that Victor in the game. Of course, you are drinking the national Kool-Aid of, I don't know what to do about Jacksonville because I'm terrified of what I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm joining that side of America that's like, this is Josh Allen's year. It's a religious moment for Josh Allen and the Bills. He has to. Because if not now, then when? That's where I'm going.
That's a great point.
Trevor Lawrence is here to stay. Like, this is a 15-year guy. He's a 15-year guy. If he stays healthy, the Jags will have the Jags might land somebody crazy on defense, and there could be another injury year where it's like, oh no, they were number one all year. It makes sense. They didn't lose. They're so good. And we could say, like, no, they're good because of this. We still don't know why they're good. And I think they don't know either. Well, I think they know. They know, but like we don't.
They know. It's just internal.
Yeah.
And I think this, I said this a while ago when the Jags started getting really hot. This is the Trevor Lawrence that everybody thought Trevor Lawrence was going to be when Trevor Lawrence came out of Clemson.
Agreed. Which is a shame because the Bills are going to delay that for a year.
All right.
Okay. I'm with you there. NFC, you think it's a crapshoot, it's wide open. You don't have like a very organized route, right? Because you're kind of like, well, because if the Bears lose and that changes the way I think about this, because you have the Bears going far. But I guess your truth in the NFC is Sam Darnold, former Jet, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted that in writing. And
Yeah.
documented.
I mean, I would love to see that. I would just
Sure.
love to see Sam Darnold because it just adds to the Jets lore.
Of course it is. Yeah. Okay.
But I do think the Seahawks are really good. I really do think the Seahawks are good. And again,
they're okay. I think they're
a lot
okay.
of
and
it.
I
I mean,
think
this is cope from you at this point. But it's really all dependent on one, who wins the Jags-Bills game.
Yep.
Two, if Sam Darnold sees ghosts.
Yep.
Three, let's say the Eagles actually figure out a way to be competent and maybe run a football program and an offense this year. Those are the three biggest dependencies of the season.
Dude, the Eagles, like, I keep coming back. Like, you could have had 2 home games. You could have, like, why they didn't at least play Jalen Hurts for a half just to build a comfortable lead is beyond me. You could have had 2 home games, and now you have 1 home game against a team that hates you. More than anything, they hate you. So, like, they had their problems with the positivity bunny all year. They're trying to figure out stuff that works. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're just at a disadvantage as the Niners. Niners may be injured, but the Eagles may be fractured. And I think injuries heal, fractures continue to separate. I bet you after this postseason for the Eagles, A.J. Brown's gone. They're going to have to rethink that offense because Jalen Hurts is their guy. I think he's a really nice dude, but you can't keep everybody. If you just get bounced by the Niners after you could have had 2 home games, it's going to come back and bite him. Sirianni's probably gone. He's probably gone, right?
No way. Super Bowl winning head coach 2 seasons ago gets fired?
It happens all the time in the NBA. It's not for long for a reason. NFL.
Mike Tomlin's been the coach of the Steelers for 49 years.
But that's also, the Steelers don't fire coaches. Coaches part ways when they're good and ready.
Mutual agreements.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, this has been great. If you're still here, listener, make sure you use the WonderFan app. We also have an awesome interview right now with Matt Lively don't worry. If you already died on this episode, we have this clip, so you don't have to just watch this whole thing. We just want one big episode. This is where you could find all the greatest gems of the Wonder Fan show, the Wonder Fan app. Enjoy the interview. Constantly talking ball like we know ball. We yap. We actually have someone who knows ball. He knows ball so well that he covers ball for CBS Sports Bay Area. Folks, welcome the legendary 49ers insider, Matt Lively, on the show. Matt, how
Let's
are you?
go. That's generous. Nope, knows ball, like studies ball and tries to act like they know ball. It's kind of my terminology.
You follow ball professionally, so you have a leg up on all the ball knowers and ball sniffers. All we can do is collectively admire ball, but we have no professional criteria and credibility.
Okay.
Ball guessers.
Ball
Guess, yeah. To an extent, I mean, everybody's a guesser. Everybody.
and then sometimes ball scratcher, depending on the day. So all right, man, I won't jump. I won't jump off my roof yet, but I just give me some good news, Matt. For the love of God, tell me something good about the 49ers so I can get out of that twin bed this week.
Yeah, the best news that came out of like Kyle Shanahan talking yesterday is that like a Fred Warner return is very possible. The Niners have come out. John Lynch was putting the breadcrumbs out a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Yeah, he works harder than anybody I've ever seen. He's a marvel." And then Kyle Shanahan bluntly said, like, NFC Championship game, legitimate chance for Fred Warner to play. That's the good news. The bad news is like they're not in the NFC Championship game right now. They got 2 games to go, but if they do, Fred Warner's running out of that tunnel.
Okay, so that's a great little carrot to put on the treadmill, right?
Yeah, big time.
But you have to get there. So in the meantime, who's playing linebacker for the 49ers?
I'm going to give it a try. My ads came from Amazon yesterday. No, Eric Kendricks is going to play linebacker for the Niners.
Okay.
Hey, Eric Kendrick, All-Pro in 2019. The dude has been around the league. A lot of people are like, why does that name sound so familiar? Eric Kendricks signed with the 49ers last year.
Okay.
Decided, I don't want to be a 49er anymore. I'm going to be a Cowboy. So the Niners then signed a guy named Devondre Campbell, who up and quit on the team in the middle of a Thursday night football game. So, like, there is a little bitter taste with Eric Kendricks in this fan base. But I spoke with him on Sunday after the game. Nice enough guy. He's a vet. Tatum Bethune raved about him a couple weeks ago that he's helped the linebacker room already. Like, Tatum Bethune's out for the season with a groin injury. No disrespect to Tatum Bethune. Eric Kendricks might actually be an upgrade because he's just a guy that's been around. So there's some positive news. Like, Eric Kendricks is very talented at what he does. He's still learning the system. He's a little bit older. You worry about injuries at all times with this team. After that, it's bleak. D. Winters is injured. Luke Gifford is injured. Those 2 were starters coming into the year. You hope they're able to play. They're going to be evaluated throughout the week. But, yeah, it kind of bleak after that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room. And this elephant is in Saratoga Springs, New York. He loves this right now. He is absolutely salivating seeing this. This is his favorite thing.
No. I'm actually in a catch-22. This is the worst possible situation that could have happened for me.
You're in a catch-22? What do you mean? All you've been talking about all year is watching me squirm is what you want.
Okay, what else have I been talking about?
Oh, that's right.
What do I hate more than your insufferability?
The enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Right.
Wow. So I guess Evan's big flaw this week is that, oh shit, I hate Philly. And I guess I have to side with Henry and his lifelong fandom he's had with his dad and grandfather. Oh,
Generation.
I hope the Jets move to Bristol, Connecticut. I hope they move far away.
Jeez.
This is great.
I still think you're getting upset.
Whatever. So, Matt, you said there's a possibility that he's coming back, Warner's coming back for the NFC Championship game. Let's say the Niners just put it all out there against Philly. They throw the kitchen sink at Fangio, and they win. You probably, the way my bracket works is you're probably going to Seattle, or if Green Bay upsets the Bears, which I've alluded to all year, then Green Bay goes to Seattle, and the Niners have a pseudo home game in Levi's South at SoFi. Is there any possibility that Fred Warner says, you know what, screw the ankle, I'm coming out in the divisional round? Is there a chance?
First off, I love that I love that the Panthers are just already dead.
Go on.
Like, it's like not even like a remote chance that Carolina wins.
No.
I agree with you for what it's worth. I think George Kittle very actively was like, I want Carolina.
Yes. Yes.
There were rumblings. Like there were rumblings that the divisional round was the target date at some point for Fred Warner. I think Shanahan in saying the NFC Championship is the target date is kind of pumping brakes on expectations. Okay. However, depending on how this week goes, if it's like, damn, Eddie Pinheiro walks this thing off, the defense got dog walk though for 4 quarters, and they're still alive, I think Fred Warner does everything in his power to try to get back. Because we saw what the Niners defense looked like against Matt Stafford without Fred Warner. In week 10, where they just got the doors blown off them at Levi's Stadium. So
Bears.
I think, again, I think you got to see how does this week go. It is favorable, to have Fred come back against the Rams in a dome, no snow. You do have to deal with the turf, but I think Fred Warner is going to give it everything he has. If there's one player that could shock us all and come back from an injury like this, it is Fred Warner.
When you were obviously, in your studio or in any place where you're breaking down like what's news, what's not news, when you came across those viral videos of another really strong dude with long hair that looked like Fred Warner, were you ever like, oh my God, he's fine? Or did you always think like, no, that's not Fred Warner, that's someone who's a cosplay Power Ranger?
Like not even for a second, because like the Niners would shoot that man down. Like if Fred, who can't take the football field right now, was like scaling the side of a building.
That's the difference.
Tranquilizer dart to the neck. Get your ass down here, basically.
I'm stoked that to see American journalism is still very much alive, and that Evan and I should be nowhere near a studio to give news, because I looked at that and I said, Evan, we are so fucking back.
That's Fred. Fred is scaling the walls of Levi.
You already have your cool tattoo. You saw that video. You went straight to the ink parlor.
Done.
Evan's like,
we would have made a video on it.
Evan said, this can never leave this chat ever.
Oh, that's great.
I have a question for you about the Niners, Matt.
Please.
Oh, great.
What in the hell happened with Brandon Ayuk, and where do you see the future going with this man?
I mean, that's the question I think we all want to know. I think more things will start to come out as the season ends and guys feel more comfortable talking about it. I think right now it's sort of like, he's not here. We love him. We wish him the best. We're not going to get into it, which I totally understand. Like in season, you don't need your players in the locker room basically being like, this guy quit. Yes. Even though like in a way they sort of have said that. I think, one, mentally, I hope Brandon Ayuk is okay, like on a serious note, because some of the stuff he's posting, you're kind of like, what's going on there? Yep. Two, I don't know if he just has bad information, if he's just got people in his circle that are leading him astray. But I will say this, during the contract negotiation, you go back a year, that negotiation was tense. It was weird. The day after the Super Bowl that they lost, Brandon Ayuk was already like, his brother was posting, he's out. He's on his way to Vegas. I had to ask Brandon Ayuk about it. The 2 days after the Super Bowl, like, hey man, like what's going on your Instagram? Like, why are you quitting on this team that you're still under contract with? And he said then, like, I don't know what my future holds. Basically, I want to be a winner. I'm like, well, you just played for the team that was in the Super Bowl. It seems but like since then, I basically was like, there's turmoil here that's bizarre. And then the contract negotiation was really bad. And then he gets the contract, and then he gets hurt. And Kyle Shanahan basically said, like, from the time he got hurt, he was gone. Like, he was no longer a part of the team, which is super strange that we don't see that often. Like, guys get hurt and they're around. But Brandon Ayuk was there like in September running routes on the field. I have videos of him on my phone at practice running routes in like week 3 of this season. And so you're like, this guy's coming back. Like, this is going to be great. He's going to be such a great boost. And then gone.
Yeah.
So something broke down there. And like Kendrick Bourne said last week, he hadn't seen him in 2 months. Just bizarre.
That's
bizarre
crazy.
stuff.
I drafted him too on my fantasy team, expecting
I did
that
too.
it's like a late round.
Oh,
type
I'm
of thing.
so
Like,
sorry. I'm so sorry about your fantasy team. Actually.
dude. What if imagine he played? I could have won
Yeah.
actually. in
Imagine
that
if he
fantasy.
played and like actually the whole city of San Francisco could celebrate. But no, it's only your fantasy team that took a dive.
Everyone
Sorry
cares about
that.
your fantasy team.
Realistically, though, like, what is the what's the future market on Brandon Ayuk? I don't know what team is going long term with him as a 1-year prove it deal. Buffalo, yeah,
I
like
was gonna
someone
say
will throw him off the
Buffalo.
line.
Or Steelers. I think that
New England.
screams Steelers. Like just a
Him and Aaron Rodgers in the same locker room would be awesome.
Steelers just take Steelers is a blender for taking all these like polarizing personalities led by Coach Tomlin, who is just a horse whisperer for crazies. Also, that they finish 9-8 or 10-7 and get bounced in the first round play.
Yeah, that's a good prediction.
That's Steeler football. We have so much to say about the Steelers. All right. Let's just play a game here. Let's pretend, Matt Lively, that you are not an established and professional journalist, and that you actually are like a regular person that can have bias.
Okay.
How far is this 49ers team going in the playoffs?
Such a hard question. I thought they were going to lose against Indy and Chicago, for what it's worth.
Really?
And then they stunned me. Indy, I thought Jonathan Taylor was just going to run it down their throats. Chicago, I wasn't that far off. I was just like, they're not getting a stop against this defense. I didn't realize that Chicago's defense was just like, hey, we all took PTO on the same night. Have whatever you want. It's like, what happened? I did, and then I was like, they're going to lose to Seattle because I just knew Seattle's defense could come up with the stops, and that's exactly what happened. However, more times than not, they have proved me wrong. I don't feel great about Philly, primarily because I want to know who's playing linebacker. I'm really concerned by that. Their run defense, not great, and there's a guy named Saquon Barkley on the other side of the field. However, like, if the offense can string it together, if you get Trent back and you get Ricky back this week, you have a deep threat and you have a guy that can block at left tackle, all of a sudden your offense can score points again. You can leave Philly with a win. If they leave Philly with a win, truly, to me, the NFC is wide open. There's not a team that I don't think they can't beat in the NFC, and they've proven that. So they got to get through Philly, but like I've said all along, if the Niners do play a home Super Bowl, they are winning the Super Bowl. It is a win for the Niners. They got to get there. I think the AFC is way stronger as well, by the way. So there's that to remember on the back end.
Yeah, that's on my mind. We've actually, you're a Florida guy. We've actually had this this ongoing bit that actually like became bigger than us because apparently we weren't that far off. We were afraid of Jacksonville, the Jaguars, because we didn't understand them. We didn't know what the hell they are. Still don't.
Neither do I.
No idea.
So-
Nobody
Like,
gets
are
it.
they the best team ever, or are they the fakest best team ever?
Okay. I love that. If this is the second sports reporter that's like, honestly, I have no idea.
Coach wants to like fight Robert Saleh at midfield, which just like if your coach is brave enough to want to fight Robert Saleh,
Yeah.
props to you, man. I'm not messing with that.
It's so pure because like I'm trying to get. I mean, I'm looking at this Bills Jaguars matchup and I'm thinking, no, this screams Bills, right? Bills are 1-point favorites in Vegas, and I'm like, yeah, no, of course they are. All of America is going to take Josh Allen. Josh Allen's probably in every friggin' playoff bracket Super Bowl, right? And I'm going, no, but Jacksonville's probably going to win this game because no one knows what they are.
It's bizarre. This is, by the way, Josh Allen like has no excuses not to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Right.
There's no Lamar. There's no Mahomes. There is not a single reason this man should not be in Santa Clara. Not because he's just coming back from Pebble Beach. No, like he better be here because his team is playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so you think he'll probably skip Pebble Beach this year if he's going? Or do you think he has time to do both?
No, he probably has time to do both. Pebble Beach, hold on. Expert research here. Pebble Beach Pro Am date. I think it might be the week after. It is. So that being said, like he could just stay, win a Super Bowl. Like, can we just parade on the 17-mile drive?
Yes.
Have Buffalo come in for that, and then tee it up.
And then tee it up with Nance, and it's
hello, friends, as we're gathered here on gorgeous 17th hole of Pebble Beach, just one of Earth's great wonders.
I wish Tony was in the booth for Pebble Beach.
I don't know, Jim. This is a little right to the Jim. The wind. Can't get 2 feet in bounds here, Jim. It's just look at little homie there on the tee box, Jim. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on. I love the Romo stuff. The one guy that I do want to meet because it could happen is Collinsworth in San Francisco because he is calling the game. I wonder if they'll put him in like bubble wrap all week because like he's got to preserve his voice and he's calling the game, and I don't know if I get to talk to him.
I'll say they usually do like a little NBC will probably host some sort of here are our guys, come talk to them.
Oh, here are our guys. No, here's a guy. Here are our guys right here.
That's Henry's wet dream.
If you do get to meet Chris, you have to go full Mahomes cosplay, like full everything. Yeah,
he's self-aware now too.
Yeah, he is self-aware. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
It's like that scene in iRobot when they're learning and I think that makes him more powerful. Like what was once a fun bit, he now knows he's got all the cards. I mean, he could be up for broadcaster of the year now. He is all powerful.
Damn.
I got so just to tie things up here, Matt. You think if the I guess Super Bowl is the Super Bowl, but the game to get into the Super Bowl, if you beat the Eagles, all roads lead back to Levi's. This is the toughest game of the playoffs, you think?
I really do think so. Because of how good that defense is, top 5 defense, and Seattle's defense is great too, but you just saw Seattle. Like you can game plan for them a little bit better. They also were without Ricky and Trent, so I'm kind of giving him a pass on that. Fangio has Shanahan's number. He's so good that Kyle Shanahan tried to hire him as his own DC when he was with the Bears, and the Bears said no.
That's right. I remember that. Okay. That doesn't make me feel good, Matt.
To make you feel better, you know who else Kyle Shanahan stunk against? Jim Schwartz. And they took it to the Cleveland Browns this year. So there's that.
Okay. That kind of helps. I need
You're
a bigger
looking
cherry.
for any angle.
Can you give me a cherry that is a noticeably big cherry on top? Because I'm having a hard time eating my ice cream, Matt. I need some help here.
Sure. The cherry is like this team still employs Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brock Purdy. The defensive all pros are pretty much gone. We can throw Kyle Juszczyk in there. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so you hear that, Evan? Our cherry is that we have players that I have jerseys of, and we're not the Panthers. That's the cherry.
Yeah, and those players that you have jerseys of are hurt, except for like 2 of them.
You see, Evan, you don't have to. We have a guest here. I mean, you have to air my dirty laundry.
I feel like I'm at a dinner party right now between a spouse, like two. They just hate each other. Like dinner party from The Office gone so wrong.
Yeah, no. As soon as you leave, I'm filing.
You're throwing a gunny at your plasma screen TV. Like, yeah.
I'm trying to explain to our guests here that things are actually okay here, and you're fine. As I wear a neck brace. All right, Matt, thank you so much for joining us. You're just an absolute gem on social media. I'm serious when I say every single thing you put up, I stop what I'm doing. You're my Schefter. You're my Schefter.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Happy to come on anytime. Good luck this weekend. I'm rooting for you.
That took a while to come out. There was a lot not happening. In between it leaving your throat, there was a lot of it's not happening, pal.
I'm hoping the best for you.
Yeah. He's got high hopes.
T's and
Yeah,
C's.
he has to. He's a reporter. He has to tell me.
If the Niners lose on Sunday, at least you got the Hoosiers who have a good chance on Friday.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this, Evan? This is this. No,
I'm
this is a trick.
serious.
This is a trick.
I do like Fernando Mendoza. I like me some Fernando Mendoza.
Evan knows what he did because he said if the Niners lose, we have Indiana. Guess who plays first? Indiana.
I actually was confused by the order of that. Like it
Yeah.
actually be the worst weekend of your life.
No, you see Evan laughing like a hyena right now. You see how we just felt for this little crawdad trap. Like that's what he does. That's what he
Ask
does.
you guys a question.
Free.
Yeah, sure.
How would you feel? Like how heartbroken would you be if the Jets traded up and drafted Fernando Mendoza?
How heartbroken would I be?
I want to know how heartbreaking Henry would be to see his QB playing for your Jets.
I'd be ecstatic.
I'm sure you would be.
I mean, like, I mean, we talked about this a lot. Fernando Mendoza might be the perfect guy for the Jets because of how well he's able to LinkedIn himself through storms. And he could just, he could dissect any interview and just tie it back to the power of friendship and God. And I think that might just be what the Jets need. However, it would be a real shame to think that he was this close from being a Raider, which has a possibility, as long as the Raiders get a new team, a new coach, a new GM, and probably a new ownership, they have a real possibility of being a great team. But all of that is better than having the curse-riddled Jets organization probe their little green fingers into you. I think anywhere but the Jets, Fernando Mendoza has an opportunity to be one hell of an employee. But
listen,
the Jets,
if he went to the Jets, but if he went to the Jets, it would take like 5 years. He'd be really bad, and then he'd go shine somewhere else.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like Sam Darnold to a T. Like Zach Wilson eventually is gonna just take the league by storm.
Geno Smith had his time for a little bit there on the Seahawks.
I'm glad you brought that up because you're right in line with us. That's exactly how we feel about all Jets players. God damn. I would hate if he got drafted by the Jets because it's like a 3-year hibernation until I can focus on him. Evan knows that it's just being a Jets fan. It's just on to next year. Even on to next year.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2032 at this point.
Yeah,
that's like my next hopeful part.
I like
all
that.
Right, brother. We will see you. We're going to be in Santa Clara for the Super Bowl, hopefully covering the Niners. So we will link up. We have to catch up.
Yes.
I'll probably still have a neck brace on by then, just because of just taking beatings from.
Who knows? Who knows?
No, I think.
Oh, jeez.
Matt, what's your prediction? What's your prediction for the matchup, the Super Bowl matchup?
My prediction.
Mm-hmm.
I am going right now. I have the Bills going from the AFC, but maybe Jacksonville's just going to crap on that immediately. And right now from the NFC, I do have the Rams.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good for you. Good for
Yeah.
you. That's clean. That's a really nice looking Super Bowl. That will feed families. Well,
Yeah, not in Santa Clara it won't, but
no.
Josh Allen, like hometown sort of kid versus your rival, it's going to hurt.
All right. Well, there's the good news.
There he is. Sorry.
All right.
I'll get out of here.
Thanks so much, Matt. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt.
See you guys.